Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope that you have had an amazing week. I am Haley Gray and I am the founder in the Women's Entrepreneur Network. And I'm also the owner of Fiercely Marketing, where we do digital marketing for small businesses. That means websites, social media, ads, SEO, funnels, all of that stuff that ties together to generate clients and leads for you in your business. Um, Tonight, we're going to be talking about how is this week going? Tying up the week, how has this week been for you? Are your kids back in school yet? If you have kids, are they in school in person or are they doing virtual school? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how things are going for you. My kids are all back in school. They're physically back in school, which is kind of rare here in North Carolina. My 19-year-old got moved into her apartment in Cincinnati last week. She's at Xavier University. And we're taking bets. We've got the brackets on how long, the different universities are going to last. She says that a bunch of her friends have been out partying. So it remains to be seen, honestly, whether they're going to stay in school or whether they are going to be out and, doing virtual school. So I'm hoping that at least that she's in an apartment that she'll be able to stay in Cincinnati, at least closer to her friends. And virtual school, and it starts September 8th. Very cool. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I am so happy to have you guys here. So let me know how things are going for you in your business. It's a very interesting time right now for business owners. I don't know if y'all watched the DNC this week, the Democratic National Convention here in the United States, as we are winding up for the next presidential election that happens in November. And then the Republican National Convention happens here shortly as well. So lots of crazy, interesting times going on. I'm not sure if anybody got their bingo cards going yet with the two potential hurricanes coming in through the Caribbean. So it's going kind of interesting and crazy. And, I'm really feeling it for a lot of moms whose kids are working from home, who are doing virtual school. This week has been a fantastic whirlwind, and I am so glad that I got you out of your comfort zone, Meg. I'm so glad that you hopped on and did Facebook Live with me on, what was it, Monday night, and took one of my hot seats. It's a really interesting time for businesses because some businesses are doing incredibly well and others are struggling. My husband used to work at Cisco, and he has been talking to some of his former colleagues, and they are announcing layoffs and retirement plans. So obviously there are some cuts going on in the tech industry, which is kind of unusual. So I've got some prayers out there, but that's usually one of the last industries that you see have cuts. So there's some interesting things going on. And thank you, Elizabeth. It was a lot of fun to have guests on. See, as a recovering Republican, you were impressed with the diversity and inclusivity. It's really interesting to see how the different political parties are running their conventions, especially with a fascinating year, political climate that we're in, and with COVID and everything else. So it's definitely going to have a huge effect on our elections. It has been a great time to help executive women exit the workforce and start their business. Exactly. Yeah. Well, and a lot of people's businesses have been hugely impacted. I saw an article that 23% of hotels are basically in default on their loans, on their mortgages right now, and at risk of foreclosure. So it's definitely an interesting time in the hospitality industry. It's an interesting time for a lot of businesses. I think technically our unemployment rate right now is only just over 10% in the United States. But I'm not really sure how things are going to play out. I was talking to a friend of mine this week who is a painter. He owns Express Yourself Painting. And he said that they've had a record number of cancellations here in August. So I think we're seeing like a secondary round of effects that's happening for people in their businesses, because a lot of moms are quitting their jobs and staying home to help kids with virtual school. So I know that this is going to be a huge hot topic with, you know, families and moms needing to make income, you know, because they've suddenly had to quit their jobs because they're taking care of kids and kids are doing virtual schooling with no end of that in sight. So I know that that is going to be a huge thing. Meg, I agree with you. I think that the fallout will be seen for years to come. It took a number of years for our economy to survive or to recover from 2008. And if you go back to the Great Depression in 1932, it took almost 10 years for our economy to recover. And that involved a world war. So I am hoping that our economy doesn't need a world war in order to see, you know, recovery. But I do think that we are going to see, you know, some pretty big, you know, impacts in our economy right now. And, you know, that is worth noting with our businesses, you know, as it impacts our marketing definitely has to be more on point, right? So one of the things my business does is, obviously I'm the group owner here on the Women's Entrepreneur Network. My primary business is Fiercely Marketing, where we do digital marketing for small businesses. And we do primarily work with businesses that have less than 25 employees. And, you know, this is a time where small businesses are really having to step up and be super specific about their marketing and be super creative, be very solid in their marketing. So your website has to be on point so that people will buy from you. You know, your social media has to be on point. Yay! Hello, Susan. How are you? Your ads, your funnels, your product offerings, all of those things have to be on point so that people can buy from you. And, you know, it's a huge challenge because, you know, so many times we get the chicken and the egg and which has to come first and which do I have to do first. And we, you know, really struggle as small business owners with making all of those things happen. See, I would love to help you with your website. Like, seriously, I would love to chat with you because we do custom websites. We do amazing custom websites. You know, it is so much fun, you know, to do a website and get those things on point for people. And it's really not that crazy expensive. Yeah, and it is hard to know what to do. And I, you know, would love to talk to you about like what to do first, or you can post your questions here. And I'll be happy to kind of answer and kind of walk you through it. You know, a lot of times we get so focused on doing stuff that we forget that our first focus is really on making money in our businesses. At the end of the day, I can do the most amazing website for you in the world. But if you're not talking to people, if you're not getting traffic onto that website, if you're not connecting with people, it's going to be harder to get clients. Seriously, it is going to be so much harder for you to get clients. And, you know, one of the challenges, and if you guys want to book a free consultation, that is the link right there. And admitting it and knowing it is the first step, you know, and I am actually really good about getting on the call with people and saving people a lot of money and helping them put together like a really quick quick and dirty strategy. I do coaching on this. I mean, this is part of my business, right? But I always do the first session for free. And most people who meet with me find they walk away with, you know, a plan at least, and then, you know, something that they can do with. And, you know, I can tell you where it makes sense to spend your money and where it makes sense to not spend your money, because more often than not, people come to me wanting, you know, Facebook ads or Google ads or the whatever or the whatever or the whatever in their business. And it's important that you do the right thing in the right order so that you're growing your business in a way that makes sense, so that you're actually getting clients. A lot of times it starts with a landing page or a website so that you have somewhere that people can go to give you money. It's, you know, and I'm an expert business strategist and tech dinosaur. I am dying laughing at that. See, I am a business strategist and I am a techie whiz. I mean, my background is in software engineering. And I was a programmer for over 20 years. And I actually did over 1 million line code review for Northrop Grumman and the US Postal Service. And I will still tell you that I'm a Luddite. And I don't necessarily adopt technology super fast in my own business or in my life, much to my team's annoyance and frustration at times, because every single time you add new plugins or new software to your business, that's another expense that you're adding to your business that is additional money coming out of your pocket. And, you know, it is, you know, important that you get the right plugins, the right software in the right places to, you know, to make your website or whatever work correctly. Jotika, you know, it is tough if you have to keep paying for a lot of plugins, especially if you have a big e-commerce site. You may be in a situation where you have to do plugins or you have to do custom plugins. And unfortunately, what I see with a lot of e-commerce sites is that you end up having to frequently spend $300 to $500 just on the plugins, depending on the level of customization that you have. And the more complex the website is, the more plugins you have. So it is definitely a real challenge knowing which plugins you need to have on a website and which plugins you don't really have to absolutely have. So I would love to chat with you. And I mean, seriously, like book a call through the link that I've posted here and see, you know, how we can help you. I'm not a high pressure salesperson. I don't really try to sell to people. I think that at least 4 or 5 people that are on the live here can actually vouch for that firsthand. And thank you, Meg, for your kind words. You know, I've made a point to really try to help people and do some online coaching here through COVID. It's part of why I've been doing lives almost every single day during COVID, because I really want to reach and help as many small business owners as I can. I will tell you, I'm not the least expensive operator out there, but what I find is that a lot of times I actually end up saving clients a whole heck ton of money because I'm able to tell you and give you some really quick, you know, information for things off the top of my head that, you know, it will help. And I don't necessarily benefit from selling you a ton of stuff, because I know that if your business survives and you do well and you can grow your business, you might come back to me later as a client. And I have people who have circled around for a while who eventually become clients. I am your hashtag software angel. Oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. Yeah. And we have a developer team, Jotika, who's actually part of our development team is in the US and part of our development team is in India and Pakistan. So we may be able to help you at a rate that is more in line with your local customs. You know, just something to think about. You know, it's really about helping people get to progress in their business. And I saw that you just booked C, so thank you. I look forward to chatting with you. I don't know exactly when that's going to appear on my calendar, but it will be there. You know, part of why we do this is to help people. That's the point of Women's Entrepreneur Network, is to help people and to reach out and really give you value in your business. You know, I'm not going to do infinite numbers of coaching calls with people, but I always do a free consultation. And, you know, getting you to make money, there are ways that you can make money quickly in your business without spending a lot of money. And a lot of times we lose sight of those facts. We're not talking to enough people. We're not going to enough networking meetings. We're not having enough one-on-ones. If you're not getting enough business in your business and you're starting, if you're not doing at least 3 to 5 one-on-ones with people a week, chances are you're not going to be generating enough business. I usually recommend, when people are in the first 90 days or so of their business, that they do at least 5 to 10 calls per week until you have a steady number of clients coming in, and then you can reduce it down to 3 to 5 per week. Doing one-on-ones in your business is free. Connecting with people is free. A one-on-one is not necessarily a sales call. Lisa says one-on-ones are the best money makers, right? Exactly. And Elizabeth, truth, right? You know, it's about connecting with people, and it's not necessarily about always having the best tech. The tech follows, kind of, in my opinion, in phase 2, because you can get a Google My Business listing for free. You can get a Facebook business listing for free, and you can actually create a domain on Google and list it for $12.95 a year and create a basic website that will serve your business just fine. I have a friend who is contemplating her talk for the WEN Summit. But one of the things she was talking about doing potentially is how she made $10,000 on a $12.95 investment. And it was because she used one-on-ones. She used a free Facebook group. She did a lot of talking to people. She got really clear on her offer. And, you know, she did that $12.95 website. And it's amazing what a PayPal link will do for you to help you set up payments and allow you to accept money. You can also do it through Stripe or Square. And there's a lot of really quick ways that you can make money in your business. But the one-on-ones are where it's at. The free consultations, the free calls, having calls with people with no expectation of selling to them is a great place to be. And, you know, it's about connection. At the end of the day, people have to know, like, and trust you before they're going to buy from you. Unless you are, you know, Marie Forleo or one of the really big names, Tony Robbins, et cetera, you know, it's going to take a lot of connecting with people one-on-one, even for a $27 offer. One of the things you're going to see me posting here shortly in the next few days, as I get the graphics done, is the WEN Summit. And that is happening September 24th through to the 26th. And a lot of people will look at me as an influencer and be like, oh, well, you can just post it and you'll sell 1 million of them. And there are times when I do post things and I get a lot of people signed up, but I will guarantee you that as soon as somebody has to pay money, you know, even I have to work a lot harder at it, even with the number of followers that I have. So, you know, it's really about building that know, like, and trust factor and connecting with people, you know, and back to Lisa Reed's comment about, you know, one-on-ones are the best money makers. Connection is 100% where it's at. So if you want to see more about the summit, I'm going to post the link. And it's going to be really, really cool. I think that you will see, and Dotika, you booked your appointment. Yay! You know, it is, you know, important to connect with people and focus on the things that you can do in order to build your business. I am actually going to drop a link for a resource of mine that I created. It's called Fearless Marketing. It's a book that I wrote. And it tells you what you need to do from 0 to 300,000, 300,000 to a million, and a million and up in your business. It is really, really an amazing resource, if I do say so myself. And here is the link to the Leadership Girl book. And I am going to post it, and I am going to show it to you guys. And since I know that Facebook is a little bit of a booty when it comes to StreamYard, I'm going to go ahead and post that link in the group so you guys can check it out. You know, it's important that we connect with each other and that we build relationships, and we can do all the beautiful tech in the world. And I love doing gorgeous websites. I love building an awesome funnel. I get really excited by getting followers on a social media account, or by increasing the amount of engagement that somebody is getting on their social media account. That is so much fun to me. Let me just tell you, it is like an addiction. It's like crack for Haley. In case you guys don't know, because I grew this group organically, I grew Women's Entrepreneur Network on about $100 in ads to start with. Growing social media accounts, you know, organically is like seriously crack to me. But, you know, clients don't come unless you talk to people, unless you build relationships with people, unless they feel that they can trust you. And they have to know and like you and trust you in order to spend the first dollar with you. And that's kind of the beauty of this whole online thing. So anywho, let me know how your week is going and how the kiddos are going. I know that it's a crazy time. My youngest is back in school, finally, first time since February. We had pulled him out of school in February and enrolled him in online school before COVID started, and discovered that he was over 2 grade levels behind in a couple of subjects. So we've been doing the crazy massive amounts of tutoring for the last several months up until last week. And then last Saturday, he went up to boarding school in Virginia. He's at an all-boys military boarding school, and he is having a blast up there. But it is a totally different approach to than a lot of people are taking right now. But there's 40 new kids in his class. So apparently a lot of other people had the same idea that we had. It is a lot of fun to build relationships, Elizabeth. I totally agree. Clients have to know, like, and trust who they do business with. Absolutely, all day long, 150%. There's definitely a trust building process. And especially like with what we do with branding and with websites and with social media, people have to trust us before we ever get started. You know, and they have to trust not just me, but they have to trust that I know the people I hire, and that my team is going to do amazing things. And I make a point of hiring people on my team that are better at doing stuff than I am. It's that concept, if you always hire somebody that's 101 or 110% of what you can do, then your team and your business always do better. So it's been really, really exciting building relationships with people and building a really strong, firm foundation with our digital marketing clients in particular, because, you know, it's really a team approach. Y'all don't want me to be your project manager. You really want my project manager to be your project manager, because she's incredibly detail oriented. And, you know, she will, you know, ferret out every single change that needs to happen on a website or on an ad, or, you know, any kind of copy changes or anything like that. So it's a lot of fun. Anywho, you want to diversify your team. I totally agree. My team is very diverse. So yeah, they're partly here in the United States. They're partly in Pakistan and India. We have men and we have women. We have a range of ages and races and thought patterns and team members on our team. Although we do have a heavy leaning towards the 40 crew and a leaning towards the 20-something crew and not so many in the 30 plus or in the 30 to 40 range. I'm working on that. Hard week, Patty. Yeah, it's an interesting time for sports for kids. My youngest is doing cross country. My youngest two are doing cross country right now. But most schools are definitely not doing athletics, and my boys are never going to be like serious athletes. I only had one kid who was a serious athlete, and then I had another that my daughters were the athletes. The boys have not been. And I know that probably sounds funny. And, let us know how we can support you guys. Irene says Haley's got the United Nations working for her. And Irene is one of the members of my team. And she is an amazingly talented graphic designer. She helps me produce a lot of the graphics, if not pretty much all of the graphics that you see here in WEN. The WEN related graphics are all Irene's work. So we have an amazing, amazing team working for us and producing stunning content. Yeah, we are global. We have team members in the US, in Pakistan, and in India. We have Arizona, North Carolina, 3 in North Carolina. I'm trying to think about how many different people in different places, and then a couple in New Jersey and 1 in Maine. So we've got team members all over the place. So we are working on growing our team and our business and processes. So if you guys want to know what it's like to have a multiple 6-figure digital marketing agency, here we are. Hi. This is why we're teaching the Profitable Marketeer this week, because there's a lot of lessons that we've learned, a lot of them the very hard way. Lisa says, I made my first Pakistani hire today. So exciting. Very. I've had team members in Pakistan and in the Philippines and in all kinds of countries. I'm not too picky about what countries that people come from. Yeah, UK and Australia and Florida. Yep. Absolutely. And that is the cool part. We are a global team at Fiercely Marketing. And Fiercely Marketing is who supports WEN. So anywho, I hope y'all have a really great night. It's 11:03 p.m. I am turning into an absolute pumpkin because it's been a crazy week here. And I have finally ditched my kids. So I think I am going to sleep like a baby this weekend. It's a little quiet around here, but I'm just barely figuring out what to do with it. We will talk soon. I will see you guys on Sunday night. I will do one fun thing for y'all, though, before I go. I'm going to pull a card. Y'all can tell me top or bottom as I am going shifting through cards. This is the Love Your Inner Goddess cards, and this will be for the weekend. So set your intention for an awesome, amazing weekend. And if you guys haven't seen these are just beautiful cards. So, here's what they look like. They are stunning. Patty says top. So I'm going to shuffle the cards. Yep, we are the world, Lisa. Absolutely. And Lisa is going to hopefully be joining our team as well. Meg says bottom. I am trying to shuffle cards. One true thing about Haley is that she has a hard time shuffling cards, and these are bigger than your normal card decks, so they're a little bit weird. So you know how that goes. Y'all tell me when to stop shuffling, and I will stop. We have a top and we have a bottom. And okay, we are going to stop now. This one is our top. Soul Sisters. And this one is our bottom, Rock Star. So here we go. Number 38, Soul Sisters. You are being emotionally and psychologically influenced by the people around you more than you may realize. Sometimes this is good. They uplift and inspire and help you feel loved and loving. However, sometimes you can sense that being truly yourself in a situation could result in unwanted conflict, and you undermine yourself to keep the peace. You'll find that the moment you stop doing this, some difficulties you've been having in moving forward will fall away, almost as if by magic. The relationships worth holding on to can handle a little more truth, even if feathers get ruffled, before being smoothed over with love once more. So that is our top. And this one is our bottom. Number 9. So here we go. You may have a subconscious fear of being judged or becoming the target of jealousy that causes you to shy away from the limelight. You may mistakenly believe that being in the spotlight means you're supposed to be perfect or better than everyone else. There is a higher purpose in standing apart from the crowd and being seen. Choose to accept the opportunities that make you more visible to others, trusting that you will shine your truth and integrity and make it a positive and healing experience for yourself and for others too. So I think we hit the nail on the head, didn't we, Meg? And the top one is pretty cool. So anywho, I hope that you'll have a fabulous weekend. I am going to be hiding in my woman cave this weekend, getting a lot of stuff done. So we will talk to y'all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.